got a lot of different things to discuss here. I don't know what the hell the Ravens are going to do next, and I don't know that they know what they're going to do next. But I know what Harbaugh is going to do next. Harbaugh is going to get offers, multiple offers, and he's already the clear betting favorite to take the Giants job. He's the only candidate for any of the 5 jobs that are available at DraftKings that you can wager on the next coach. For some reason, the Cardinals aren't in there, and the Ravens aren't in there yet, but the Cardinals haven't been in there. But for the 5 that are in there, you can place a wager if you're so inclined to, put your money at risk. But Harbaugh is the highest favorite, the lowest odds. I always get that twisted up in my brain, but he's got the best odds, although they're the worst odds because you got to bet 150 to make 100. He's minus 150 to be the Giants head coach. And hell, I know in the viewing room at NBC, the Giants fans there, it really does get exhausting to be around a bunch of Giants fans and Jets fans every Sunday during football season. But the Giants fans in there have been openly rooting for Tomlin or Harbaugh. And I think that some had abandoned the fantasy of getting either one and were ready to embrace Kevin Stefanski. Sorry, Kevin. He went from being the favorite yesterday to be the Giants head coach, taking a backseat to Harbaugh. And that just seems like where this could go.
Yeah.
And if Joe Shane, the GM of the Giants, is going to do it, Chris, he better move quickly because there's going to be other jobs out there where they start making phone calls, they start laying the foundation, they start lining things up, and it may be Giants get left at the altar because somebody else snatches Harbaugh. So time is of the essence on this one.
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, you're right. You said a lot there. I think the thing that I'd talk about, first off, Harbaugh is going to have his choice, okay? The Giants itself is one of the better jobs out there. So that's one that I think, they could wait a little. I'd like the Giants to wait to see what happens on Monday night so we can have an interview with Mike Tomlin in case that happens too. I get it. But I think the Giants is one of the better jobs out there altogether. The Falcons one's pretty good. I get it. But the Giants, when you kind of lay down the tracks here, you go, oh, wait. They got the quarterback. They got the superstar receiver, right? Their offensive line is going in the right direction for the first time in a long time. They have a franchise left tackle who's one of the best left tackles in all of football in Andrew Thomas. They have arguably the best run-stopping defensive tackle in all of football in Dexter Lawrence. You have 3 elite pass rushers, one of which you could trade to acquire assets in a Kayvon Thibodeau, right? So there's a lot of pieces there. When people talk about building a football team, they usually start with quarterback, left tackle, and pass rushers, and the Giants got that. So the Giants, I think, are in a position here a little bit to go, we are still the New York Giants. It is a special organization, even though it hasn't been special for about 10 years now. We get that. But, I think the Giants fans would love that, would love John Harbaugh. I don't understand the Kevin Stefanski love. I don't really get that. I'm not one that's sitting here going, oh, yeah, I want that for sure. No, I'd like somebody else to try that out to see how it goes. I'm not saying he's not deserving to be a head coach again. I know that. But there's just a little too much of, I don't know what went on in Cleveland. You're an offensive coach, and the offense hasn't been that awesome there really ever. So that's where I'm a little skeptical about, the Kevin Stefanski thing. I certainly favor a Harbaugh or a Mike Tomlin there. But, yeah, he'd be the perfect guy for any organization to get back on the right track, set a culture, get back to the winning ways, show an organization how things should be done on a day-to-day basis. That's where John Harbaugh is going to have great value. We know that, like we were talking about. The Ravens have been one of those teams for a long time. And, you talked about the start of his career, the first 5 years. That was amazing. The Ravens were that team that came onto the scene. It's almost like a 180 from where we're at now, where you went, man, every big clutch game, the Ravens show up. Man, are the Patriots one of the teams they might be scared of in football? Are the Ravens, right? There was one of the few teams where you're like, when the Ravens come into town, I think they get the Patriots' attention. It's like, we might not win this game. Right? So they were one of the first to kind of knock at the door and be like, all right, we're sick of you. We're going to dethrone you. We've had enough of you. So that's what's amazing. And then it got into like what you talked about. We got Lamar Jackson, a superstar quarterback, one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen. And we've gotten to one AFC championship game. And in that AFC championship game, everybody would agree that the Baltimore Ravens were the more talented team on the field. It was a Chiefs team that kind of limped into the playoffs and kind of just got going the week before. Clearly, the Ravens were better, and they were outclassed in that football game. And then I think you couple that with, not winning or losing a lot of the big games that we thought they would win, even when they were the better team. The blown fourth quarter leads where they broke records doing that. I think all of that leads to where we're at right now, and both needing a fresh start there, for themselves and the Baltimore Ravens for their organization.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.